From a spirit of an axe murderer walking through the corridors in Pennsylvania, to the ghost of a teacher that is rumored to whisper quietly to students in classrooms, we look through 10 terrifying haunted college campuses. Number 10. Penn State University State College, Pennsylvania. Betsy Aardsma, a student at the university in 1969, was doing research for her English class when she was stabbed to death in one of the aisles of books in the Pattee Library. Her murder goes unsolved even today. Her ghost is said to wander the library late at night. One student who was looking at books in the very aisle that Betsy was killed in awoke that night to the sensation of being strangled. So much so that she could not call out for help to her roommate sleeping in the same room. If this isn't enough, the spirit of an axe murderer is said to haunt Brumbaugh Hall on Halloween nights. Number 9. Bradford College, Haverhill, Massachusetts. This abandoned college is host to a number of ghosts from the days when the college was still occupied by students. One of the more famous ghosts is that of a young girl who had a relationship with a priest at the school. When she became pregnant, she either committed suicide or was murdered by the priest. Both her spirit and the spirit of the priest haunt the old academy building. Ghost hunters have also recorded numerous voices, screams, and unexplained images on the abandoned campus. Number 8. University of Notre Dame. George Gipp, a legendary Notre Dame football star who gave the famous "Win One for the Gipper" speech, is believed to haunt the university. A friendly ghost, he is often observed hovering over students' shoulders, sometimes giving them a friendly pat, only to vanish when they turn around. While it would appear he is watching over students, the Potawatomi Indians that also haunt the school are not so friendly. It is believed that the Columbus Hall is built on their burial grounds, and the ghostly warriors are often seen riding horses up and down the steps of the hall as if protecting something within. Number 7. University of Georgia, Athens, Georgia. The Phi Mu sorority house is reportedly haunted by a girl named Anna Hamilton, who witnessed her boyfriend murdered before her eyes and his body buried under the building's front steps. Students have been able to talk with her using a Ouija board, and her crying is often heard in the house's empty rooms. Another haunted sorority house is the Alpha Gamma Delta House. Being one of the university's oldest sororities, it is no surprise that it houses one of the oldest haunts, going all the way back to the founding family. Their daughter, Susie, was stood up on her wedding day. Heartbroken, she hung herself in the attic. To this day, occupants and visitors alike report seeing a woman glaring at them from the attic windows. Number 6. Montclair State University, Upper Montclair, New Jersey. More specifically, the Clove Road apartments at Montclair State. Like Notre Dame, the apartments are also built on an Indian burial ground. Never a good idea. Doors and windows slam and lock unexpectedly. Lights flicker on and off. The building always feels cold, even with the thermostat on max. Roommates report feeling random feelings of dread, and many fights have occurred for seemingly no reason at all. A man dressed in 19th century clothes hovers over the beds of sleeping tenants, only to vanish with their screams. Worst of all are the figures seen darting between the trees in the woods at night, believed to be the ghost of Indians who are no longer at rest. No one will go near the woods after sundown for fear of the unknown. Number 5. St. Joseph's College. This college was used as a field hospital during the Civil War. Unlike hospitals of today, Civil War hospitals were often the equivalent of a modern-day butcher shop, with little to no treatment options for the wounds suffered by battlefield weapons. The primary treatment was amputations. Stories are told of nurses carrying buckets of severed arms and legs away from these hospitals' surgery wards. The screams of these men, and, if you are unlucky enough, the smells of the hospital are present throughout the campus. A few students have reported walking into full ghostly hospitals late at night. Amidst all this horror, a friendly ghost walks among them. Mother Seton, founder of the American Sisters of Charity, is often seen walking around campus smiling at students and rushing to attend to the eternally injured phantoms of soldiers. Number 4. Drew University, Madison, New Jersey. A misty apparition haunts Asbury Hall, believed to be of a student who hung himself from the rafters. The campus is also known for the haunting of Roxana Meade Drew, wife of the founder. One day, a fire broke out in Meade Hall, named after Roxana, and members of the Madison Fire Department were called in to douse the flames. 2 firefighters who were fighting the blaze saw a woman apparently trapped inside the burning hall and went in after her. Witnesses say that she was dressed in 19th century attire and that the flames burned right through her. She glanced at them and then disappeared. Number 3. Cal State University, Channel Islands, Camarillo, California. It is never a good idea to build a university on the grounds of an old insane asylum, as Cal State decided to do. Ever since the university first opened its doors in 2002, students have reported seeing the university's old residents wandering the grounds, halls, and streets of Cal State. Inmates are seen entering rooms which are empty upon investigation. Another inmate dances in a parking lot at night, only to fade as he approaches the streetlights. Scarier still are the violent ghosts who have thrown objects, knocked students over, and vandalized locked classrooms. Number 2. University of Illinois, Urbana, Illinois. After a night of drinking, a sister at the Alpha Phi Omega sorority hall returned to her room late one night. While ascending the stairs to get to her floor, she noticed she was being watched by a figure at the top of the stairs. Upon further inspection, she realized that the figure, that of a man, was wearing a gray uniform and had no face. She quickly ran and told her friends. However, the building was searched and nothing was found. Ever since then, the man has been seen in numerous locations on campus. Some years ago, in Crampton Hall, a student was found hung in his closet. It was quickly determined that the student had been the victim of foul play. However, no killer was ever found. Fast forward to 2007. When a student didn't show up for a party, his friends went looking for him. They found him in his closet, hanging bound and naked upside down, alive but terrified. That same night, several students were awakened by a man standing over them, who would turn and disappear into their closets. The man has never been identified. Number 1. Ohio University, Athens, Ohio. From ghost teachers that talk to students, sounds and voices heard in sealed rooms, to an entire ghost basketball team, this campus is truly full of haunts. Nearly every single building on campus has at least one ghost associated with it. In a place literally full of ghosts, one manages to stand out among the rest. Wilson Hall is said to be one of the most haunted buildings in the United States, and was featured in the TV series Scariest Places on Earth. A female student practicing satanic rituals supposedly died violently in room 428. While this story has no real backing, what is true is that school officials have closed and sealed the room because no student could live in it peacefully. Voices are heard throughout the halls. Doors lock and unlock, open and close on their own, and ghostly figures wander the building. The building is also the dead center of a pentagram formed by 5 cemeteries which surround the campus. Rumor has it that this building was built on top of an old mental hospital cemetery.